That's, of course, a scene from the blockbuster movie Jaws. Its score, written by John Williams, is one of the reasons why the movie, now 5 decades old, believe it or not, is so iconic. Today, epic soundtracks are thrilling audiences in a whole new way, as we'll hear from David Pogue.
Hooper, where are you?
The worst way to watch Jaws is like this.
Now!
Without music.
Shoot! Now!
A good way to watch it is with John Williams' famous score coming from your speakers.
Time!
But the best way to watch Jaws might be with a live orchestra playing that score. In the silent film days, live music always accompanied movies, and movies were events.
Over the years, theaters got smaller, then people started watching it on their television, then they watched it on their computer, then they watched it on their phone.
Steve Linder is the co-founder of Film Concerts Live, one of several companies that rent out the sheet music and equipment that orchestras need to perform one of these movies.
What we do is we bring it back, bring movie-going back to what it was originally intended to be, with live music and in a communal experience.
The New York Philharmonic plays for 4 movies a year at Lincoln Center. Almost every showing is sold out.
A live orchestra absolutely reaches people in a way that no recorded sound can even approximate. It's like you're sitting in the middle of the orchestra.
But for the Philharmonic's former acting CEO, Deborah Borda, one of the best features of live movie scores is the way they attract new and younger audiences to the concert hall.
Almost 50% of the people who come to our film series are first-time attendees of the New York Philharmonic and the first time in the hall.
For the conductor, these shows are tricky. You have to keep one eye on the musicians, one eye on your score, and one eye on this special monitor. For example, in this scene from The Princess Bride, when the dread pirate Roberts hits the ground, there's supposed to be a big chord. But how do I know exactly when that landing is going to happen so I can bring in the orchestra? That's the purpose of these vertical moving bars. They're called streamers. Those streamers and the bright pop are like countdowns to important musical moments. When the streamer hits the right edge of the screen, boom. So among fellow conductors, is there any, you're doing a crowd pleaser, we do art. Is there any of that?
What anybody thinks of what I'm doing is really none of my business, but all I know is that when I turn around for my score to address the audience, every seat is filled.
Anthony Parnther conducted the Philharmonic screenings of Jaws, but his main gig is conducting the Hollywood recording sessions for the actual films. In terms of your flexibility with tempos and dynamics, is there any difference between conducting the film score in the studio and conducting it here in front of an audience?
So I have a little bit of license to phrase the orchestra around the streamers.
Huh. So from night to night, there could be some variance?
There could be a little bit of variance, and I think that's what makes these particularly appealing for the musicians to perform and for conductors to conduct.
These days, there are over 1,000 live orchestra movie screenings a year. The classic blockbusters usually work best.
It has to be great music that the audience wants to hear, of course, but also it has to be great music that the orchestra is interested in playing.
Oh, that's right. The musicians are part of this too. Recognize it.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
It's Harry Potter.
Ryan Roberts is the New York Phil's English horn and oboe player. Unfortunately, he sits directly under the screen, so he never gets to see any of the movies, even when he's not playing. Right?
But we have a few sneaky ways of watching the movie in the woodwind section. My favorite one, and I actually have it right here, is the rear view mirror.
No!
This is literally a rear view mirror from Amazon, and we tape it right on top of our stand lights.
And management approves of this?
I plead the fifth.
You do 4 performances of each movie, and you do 4 movies in a season, and they all sell out. So shouldn't you do 10 performances of each movie?
Well,
David Pogue revolutionizes the modern orchestra.
David Pogue will destroy the modern orchestra. This is a symphony orchestra. We play Mahler, we play Bach, we play Mozart. So we have a responsibility to the canon of music. And no, we're not a movie house, we're a symphony orchestra.
Well, okay. But even Deborah Borda acknowledges that live orchestra movies have become a popular and important option for American orchestras.
We should be places that are integrated into the fabric of the community. And so we want the New York Philharmonic to be as popular as the New York Yankees or the Mets. And movies can help get us there.